Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is the Last Child Chronicle podcast, aka TLCC, and I am your host, Sharabin. And today we're going to be talking about being slow to anger. Yes, you heard it right, being slow to anger. And one of the reasons why this is today's episode, because I don't think I have ever been so angry in my life how I was a few weeks ago. So we had went home as in back to South Carolina, and we drove there and back. So on the way back, we had stopped by Kava because we got home maybe around, well, we was gonna be back home maybe around like 10:30, and so by that time, things started closing because it was a weekday too. I think we came back home on a Monday, and so if you shop, well, not shop, if you eat at Kava, then Kava closed at 10:30. Okay, cool. So we thought it was the smart thing to order online and have it pick up and like choose the pickup time for 10:30. Mind you now, I just feel like if you have a place of business and you don't want people making orders at a certain time, most restaurants have a cutoff time. So like if you close at 10:30, you better have your order placed by 9:40, 9:45. Most restaurants are like that, especially out here in Houston. So therefore, with that being the reason, we placed our Kava pickup order around 9:40, and it went through. But we had it to pick it up at 10:30 when we will be getting to the destination. But what's crazy is I can't remember if this is true, but I feel like we did. I feel like I did it for like however minutes they have it like separated like in increments. I feel like I did it for the one before 10:30, but I knew I was gonna get there at 10:30. But I can't remember. I feel like I did 10:30, but then I feel like I did like 10:15. But we just gonna say I did 10:30. I should have went and fact checked. But anyways, back to the story. So we placed our order, went through all that, da da da. Mind you, we got 4 orders. We get there, we have to wait. Okay, cool. I'm the one that gets out and go pick up the order, and we have to wait. Okay, cool. So I get a text that say, "Hey, Sharabin, your order is in progress and will be ready for you around 10:12." Cause I placed it for 10:15. And then while I'm in the store, it say, "Hey, your estimated pickup time now is around 10:04. See you soon." And I'm still in the store, and it say your order is ready. You can find it on the shelf. And then Kendall sends me her screenshot that said, "We think your order is ready and will be ready around." I think it said hers said 10:05. It was a couple of minutes after mine. But our food is nowhere to be found. But we getting text messages saying that it should be done. So why isn't our food done and made for already? That's what I want to know. And so I'm like, okay, if it's saying it's ready, why is it not ready? Like I'm in the store watching them fix people food, like people coming in after me and like getting their food fixed, like in the store. And then there's some people that's picking up a to go order, and then it's like a DoorDash driver and stuff like that. So like it's multiple people waiting. So mind you, they like, "You waiting for your order? You waiting for your order?" I'm like, "Yes." They like, "What's your name?" You tell them all that stuff. I'm like, "Okay, it's getting ready. It's getting ready." Mind you, now they said it's getting ready 100 times. Now I'm just like, okay, okay, okay. I'm being patient. And then the lady come up like, it's gonna be a few minutes. We waiting on the pita chips." And cause the dude in the back gotta clean the machine, and it takes such and such amount of time to clean the machine. I could just give you money for on a gift card for the pita chips. I'm like, okay. Then I was like, but before she walked all the way, I'm like, no, no, no. How long you said it take, for the machine to clean? I think she was like 5 minutes. It was something short. She was like 5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. We'll wait on the pita chips. And so she was like, okay. She went back, told the guy whatever. So mind you, now we just waiting on the pita chips. Like I see her pull out the bags and all that stuff at the back. They putting stuff in the bag. The pita chips finally come out after they take 50 years, and she get ready to put them in the bag, and she like, how many pita chips? I'm like, it's 2 separate orders, but total it should be 3 bags of pita chips and then pita chips should be in like the kids menu for my daughter. And she just looking so dumbfounded. And then just kept asking like the order names and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm picking up two separate orders. So like, which order are you talking about? Like, I'm picking up for Kendall and I'm picking up for me, which has 3 orders in one. And like, she was just so confused, which causing me to be confused. So I'm just like, like, what's the issue? What's going on? All I'm supposed to be waiting on is my pita chips. The food's supposed to be ready. So they get ready to put the pita chips in the bag. Well, the girl that I guess she was the shift leader or whoever. Like, mind you, while I'm waiting, they like everybody's like staring at me. Like the man at the back is staring. The one of the dudes in the front that's fixing people food staring. After I think he fixed like three other people plates, and like they done got out of there. And then one lady, she left and came back. I think they got her order on or something. And then, mind you, I seen one of the workers fixing his own food. Okay, cool. And then I seen the lady that took my order. She was like getting stuff out like the refrigerator that's at the bottom, and like she wasted a whole bucket or something. So then whatever that food was just basically is destroyed because it just landed all on the floor. So she fixed me something to drink while I'm waiting. Okay, cool. I got a cup of drink and I'm waiting. And when they finally get the pita chips and she put them in the bag, she like, "What's your order again?" So I'm telling her, and she basically telling my son she don't know what happened. The food isn't made. And y'all, when I heard that, when I heard that the food isn't made, she don't know what happened. Like I could have I wanted to spaz. Mind you now, I ain't gonna say I got an attitude, but I know like I don't respond to people in that way. So like we done said sorry and apologized multiple times because she apologizing for the wait with the pita chips and all that. And then I forgot how I responded, but I basically apologized. I was like, it's just been a long day. I've been traveling, da da da. She like, it's okay, it's okay. So mind you now, she know that I've been traveling and I'm hungry. And they had the nerve to not have my food ready. But what made me so mad is like, how's the food not ready? And y'all been saying we prepping your order now. It's almost ready, and the only thing I'm waiting on is pita chips. What I feel like happened was they didn't want to fix my order. They didn't have some of the ingredients. They didn't want to fix that, like could recook that. They ran out of food because they was already making people orders who was coming in the store. And too, that girl dropped some food on the floor and they didn't want to like remake no order. So they just giving me the runaround and they literally pissed me off because the only person who was able to get food was Kendall, and then we had like a whole bunch of pita chips. And like Kendall couldn't share her food with us even if she wanted to because she had got chicken on her plate, and like we don't eat chicken. And then it's just crazy because we put our order in before her. So it's like, what happened to our order? And then another reason what pissed me off, because if you ever go out to eat with me or me order food, like my order always come out wrong. Like it be the smallest thing. Like me and you, we could get the same complete order, and somehow they just either go forget something on mine or add something extra on mine that I didn't ask for. Like it never fails. So like when this happened, I'm thinking like, here we go again. But anyway, my order wrong. She basically tell me they ain't got nothing made and they can't make it, so they can give me a refund. So I'm like, okay, I get the refund. Then she said we can't give you the refund in the store. You gotta contact customer support. But you was hollering about you was gonna give me money for the pita chips on the gift card. But now when I want a refund for my whole meal, you can't give it. So that made me wonder like how I was gonna get money for my pita chips if you can't give me a refund in the store. It was just too much back and forth. Like I should have known something was up. You could just tell they ain't want to be in there. I had to tell that if you don't come get in the store, I'm finna go off. Like y'all, when I tell you, I was so mad. Like literally, blood was boiling. Like I got hot and everything. Like I literally had to leave out the store, Tell my husband come in, handle the situation, whatever that. Because I stopped listening at a certain point, and I just had to walk out, go in the car, and go pray because I was too pissed. And I just want to read y'all some scriptures that came to my mind, like during the fact and after the fact. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you pissed off and you want to spaz and go crazy and go ham, and even if it's justified, cause I felt like my reason for if I would have went off would have been justified. I'm gonna go into my justifications in a minute, but 2 Timothy 2, chapter 2, verse 22 is run from anything that stimulate useful lust. Instead, pursue righteous living, faithfulness, love, and peace. Enjoy the companionship of those who call on the Lord with pure hearts. Proverbs 21:2 came to mind as well. Is every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the heart. And then James 1:19 is, my dear brothers and sisters, take notes of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. And James 1:26, if you claim to be religious but don't control your tongue, you are fooling yourself and your religion is worthless. Y'all, everything would have been worthless if I would have opened up my mouth. I was so mad. Oh my goodness, I have never been that mad before. And I be saying I would have cussed that lady out. And I ain't never cussed nobody out. But that day I could have. Like, I was just so upset. Because I've been traveling for about 14 plus hours. Have a daughter. It's nighttime. We've been eating junk food. I ain't even gonna say junk food, but like, just snacking. I wanted to get a meal, come home, sit down on my comfy couch and eat. But this lady in this restaurant was playing with my food. Like, I just feel like the way people be acting in the restaurants like it's their restaurant. Like, you sign up to work here. Do your job to the end of shift and leave. Like, I worked at a fast food restaurant, Bojangles. And people could come in, because I think we closed at 10:30. People could come in at 10:20. And if they wanted something that we had ran out of, we had to make it, no matter what time we closed. So it's like, y'all didn't want to do the extra work. Y'all didn't want to make the food for your customers because y'all ready to get off. Cool, I get that. But this is your job. So you need to do your job. And then mind you, y'all, we placed the order at 9 something. So our food should have been already made. So the people food y'all was making while I was in the store waiting, my food should have been made before theirs. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, am I wrong? Like, that's what like. Everything was just playing through my head and in my mind. Like, oh my goodness, I just can't believe that I just had got that so upset to the point I had to literally walk away, get in the car, and go pray, because who let me get that mad? And why let somebody make me that mad? Like, after the fact, I just started laughing. I'm like, that lady at that restaurant really pissed me off. And it just crazy because, like, some people are quick to get angry like that, and they actually respond in anger. So I'm really just bringing this situation to awareness, because knowing that feeling, I know now how sometimes it can be hard to not respond in anger and feel like you have reasons and your reasons are justified to act in anger. But that's not who we are called to be. We are called to be peacemakers. We are called to be slow to speak and slow to become angry. And so that's why we are supposed to be a responsive person, not a reactive person. I don't know if you listened to my previous episode, but that's what my pastor says. We are to be responsive and not reactive. Because if I was a reactive person, that lady we got cussed out that day, y'all. And I am not playing, because the anger that I had inside of me at that moment was something I feel like I never experienced being that mad. Like, and I done got mad at some stuff. But it also too take a lot for me to get upset. But that right there pissed me clean off. Like, and then what really makes the anger more I don't even know the word, I guess more solidified, is that you feel like your reasons and your justifications is justified. But just because you have reasons and your reasons are right to be angry and to go off and to respond and to retaliate, that's not who we are called to be. So yeah, in Matthew 5:9, it says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." So we shouldn't be stirring up wrath, stirring up, just negativity. We should be peacemakers. And that's what I had to do by walking out and leaving out that restaurant. Because it wasn't going to be no peace if I would have said some of the things that I had to say to that lady. And also, once again, James 1:19, it also says, "Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to becoming angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. God desires righteousness. And being angry and reacting in that angriness is not righteous." And Ephesians 4:26 says, "Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger." So therefore, that is why I had to go and pray, because that anger that I had inside of me could have stayed inside of me, and now I'm acting bitter and mean and angry at my child and my husband, and they didn't do nothing to me. And sometimes we be forgetting that, like, we hold on to anger so much that now we're responding to other people that didn't play no part in our angerness, and now they getting that negativity from us when they had no participation, in making you angry. So that's why we need to release any anger or bitterness that we have in our hearts, because it can pour out to other people that do not deserve it. And also, Romans 12:18, it says, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." So we should be a peaceful person to everyone we come in contact with, even the ones that are difficult or that pisses us off. We should still live in peace. And Proverbs 15:1 says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." And yeah, I had to walk away and turn around, because the words that I had inside of me was definitely gonna stir up some anger in her, because I was already angry. It's no doubt in my mind that I was angry. Like, I was up there. I was up there. And so in that moment, I just realized that I was not in the spirit, the Holy Spirit anymore. And I realized that I was going to be responding in flesh, out of flesh. So I had to just step away before my anger turned into sin, turned into negativity, turned into some fighting, turned into some cuss words, turned in probably getting banned from Kava. And what's crazy is the Kava is less than 10 minutes down the street. And I do not want to go back into that establishment anymore, just because that ain't the first time that place done messed up my order. That's another reason why I was upset, y'all, because I had did another pickle order, and somehow they put chicken on my plate. But what's so crazy about that order is, I think I ended up, that was when my mama came up here. So Thad had picked up me some food from Kava right before he had to go to work. So he picked up my order, dropped my food off, and they had to go to work. And so I'm, prepping my order. Prepping my meal. And I look down, look. I'm like, this look like some chicken. I showed Kim, I'm like, cause she get chicken. I'm like, this chicken, ain't it? She tasted a little bit. She was like, yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. So I ended up having to give my mama my meal that I was preparing to eat and was ready to eat. I was just like, oh my goodness. See, it never fails. So then after that incident, and then the next incident, when I was in there in person, just set me over the edge. But I'm here to tell you to come back. Don't go to the edge. People do not deserve you being that angry and responding out of that angry. So come back and let's be peaceful and make peace with everyone. That's all I had to say, and that's on my heart. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't be laughing at me because I still talk with a little passion from that situation. It was only a couple weeks ago. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to share this episode with your friends and family. And stay tuned for the next episode.